My name is Brian Hawkins. I'm the Chief Marketing Officer with Alpine Tiny Homes. And we got started a little over a year ago. We had someone that wanted a tiny home really just to take up to their property in Montana. They went hunting there a couple times a year. So they wanted something they could leave there for a couple weeks at a time. From there, it really snowballed. They referred a couple people over, and everybody has continued to refer more and more people over to us. So we've been lucky enough that there is such a large demand for tiny homes right now that people are finding us from all across the country. Right now we're currently doing several homes on a monthly basis. Not all of those are your typical tiny homes of people living in them residentially full-time. Some of those are for commercial use. So we have the last several that we have done for commercial use. One has been for a mobile clothing boutique, and that client is taking it all across the country, showing off their clothing line. Another is called a mobile escape room. So it's a company that locks a group of people in, typically for businesses, team learning experiences, team building experiences. They get locked in for about 45 minutes and have to solve the puzzles in order to get their way out. So there are definitely a wide variety of people looking for tiny homes. You have younger couples that are looking to minimize their carbon footprint. They're really looking to just go as green as possible. So they don't want to have to use their money on their mortgage, on their yard all the time. They want to be off-grid, solar systems. They want to be able to use backup fuelless generators. They don't want to have to rely on the city for everything, and they want to have as little of a footprint as possible. And then you have your more senior couples, people that are empty nesters that are looking to really just get rid of everything they have, all the clutter, the big house that's too big for them now. They want to get rid of the yard work and everything else, and they want to be able to really just travel at their convenience. The biggest difference is really in the craftsmanship and the work itself. So the outcome, this is home that you're going to live in all the time, year round, every single day. You want to make sure that it's built to last and it's not built just to be an RV or a shed. So you want to make sure this home is going to be something that you can live in for 20 plus years.
The biggest draw that we have is that we build fully custom tiny homes. The only thing that you really can't change is the foundation. We only use trailer-made trailers. From there up, really the only thing that limits you in your tiny home is going to be engineering and your imagination and your pocketbook. Some of the features that we incorporate into our tiny homes, one is we use a zip system. Now we use that almost on every model. That actually has the vapor barrier, moisture barrier, is built into the OSB. We have custom metal packages that we put on our roofs. They're designed specifically for tiny homes. We've come up with our own flashings, our own designs for that. And of course, those are changeable according to whatever the customer wants. Some of the other things, custom windows on every tiny home. We don't use a standard size window. We can use casement windows, we can use awning windows, just your standard windows if that's what you want. You have the option of French doors or just a single door. They all swing outward, which gives you more space inside. It gives you more square footage to work with. It makes the tiny home actually feel bigger because there's no in-swing on the door. The ceilings are typically going to be your tongue and groove, simply because they don't crack. There's no issues there if there's any type of movement with moving the tiny home. We do full tiled showers if that's what the customer wants. We can put tile on the floors. Really, it's just kind of wide open. We do have the ability to put in solar generators, so we can make the entire home, we can make it completely off-grid, self-sustained. We can put in walkways for cats that go from loft to loft. They're usually by windows so the cats can sun themselves, etc. For dogs, we put in stairs. A lot of the older dogs have a hard time. They obviously can't go up ladders. One of the other special requests is that we put in doors for pets. So we put the doggy doors, a cat door. The tiny house movement is actually moving more towards, and there's a lot of things that are going in place for IRC codes, which are your general residential building codes. As of right now, there's a gray area, and we try and fill in that gray area with an inspection company that's called NOAA. We do inspections from the frame all the way to finish, just like you would a regular home. Basically, at the end of the inspection, when the home is complete and we pass the inspection, there's a sticker that goes on the trailer with a number on it. That's the identifier number. The customer can take that to any city, any park they want to put it in, and if the inspector wants to go back and look at all those inspections, they're available to him. So he can see exactly what we've done, what our electrical looks like, what our plumbing looks like. It's all done to residential standards. We try and stick to and follow really what the tiny house movement is about, which that's about lowering your carbon footprint. It's about minimizing. It's about simplifying life. One of the best quotes that I know of that applies to tiny homes is to live simply so that others can simply live.
At Alpine Tiny Homes, we have over 20 years experience in the construction field and building homes, not just tiny homes, but we are educated in what we do. If you have any questions, if you're out there looking for tiny homes, if you've been looking into the tiny house movement, even if you're just curious as to what a tiny home is, we want you to contact us. We want you to ask us questions. We know how to help and we know how to answer those questions for you.